Hello everyone and welcome to Sinful Gaming. I hope you're all doing well, I hope you're all staying safe, and most of all, I hope you're all fighting that war against the Grey. Today's video we're going to talk getting started with Warhammer Age of Sigmar, and today we're taking a look at the Slaves of Darkness, and in particular the Knights of the Empty Throne subfaction of the army. In this video we're going to go through talk about the special rules for the Knights of the Empty Throne subfaction, before looking at some units we recommend to get started with for the faction. We'll then take a look at some other units we recommend you can use to expand upon those couple of initial purchases, before finally finishing off the video with a little sample 1000 point army list for you to use as some inspiration for starting your own Slaves to Darkness army using the Knights of the Empty Throne subfaction for Warhammer Age of Sigmar. And so, first of all, Knights of the Empty Throne units that have a mount can run and charge. Straight away, just good. Mounts are faster. This is going to give extra speed to those units, allowing you to get into combat. You don't have a lot of shooting in Chaos, and especially with the units you're going to want to be taken when we get to the next special rule, this is going to be really useful for getting you into the fight nice and quick. Now, we've also got the Dread Lieutenant rule, where you can pick the general for your army. If a Chaon is not included in your army, you can pick one model in a friendly Vanguard unit to be your general. If you do so, this general will gain the leader battlefield role. In addition, if that general issues a rally command and a friendly Vanguard unit receives it, you return a slain model on a 5+ rather than a 6+. So really solid, being able to bring up more Vanguard to the fight a little bit easier. On a designer's note though, the general cannot be given a command trait, as is not a hero, so no command trait if you choose to do this, but effectively that rally, I guess, is your command trait for your Dread Lieutenant. And so, the obvious place to start with this army is a unit of Vanguard. They have 5 wounds each and a 3-up save, and have a variety of different weapon options. You can choose for the ensorcelled weapons for 5 attacks each, 3/3s, rem 1 damage 2, fell spears are 2-inch reach instead of 1 like the other weapons, 3 attacks, 3/3s, rem 2 damage 2, and you'll also get the impaling charge rule, or where they'll improve their wound rolls by +1 and improve their rend by 1. Now, it should be said the ensorcelled weapons just have a bunch of extra attacks. That is their cool thing about them. And then the Demon Forged Blades, which can do mortal wounds in addition if they roll a 6 to hit, about 3 attacks at 3/3s, rend 2 damage D3. Then get some extra attacks on the tearing fangs of your mounts. Now, these models are elite, so even if they're not picked to be your general, they will still be able to use and issue commands to themselves. The Relentless Killer rule allows you to once per battle in the combat phase after the unit's fought for the first time. When it's your turn to fight again, you can pick this unit for a second time. They've also got a 4-up ward against any mortal wounds, so really solid survivable unit to have on the table. Now, another unit we could look at bringing in is Chaos Knights. Now, Chaos Knights have 3 wounds each and a 3-up save. You do get 5 models to a unit, so they actually have the same amount of wounds in a unit as a unit of Vanguard. Now, you've got the Cursed Lancers on all the models with 3 attacks at 4/3s, rend 1, damage 1, though they do get the impaling charge roll for +1 damage and +1 rend when they charge, and Chaos Rune Shields will give them a 5-up ward against mortal wounds. The Riders of Doom rule allows you to get more of these models into the fight, and you get the Champion and Standard Bearer and Musician giving you a variety of different bonuses. So you've got the Hornblower, which can allow you to, when you make a charge roll, you can change one of the dice in that roll to a 4+. Standard Bearer will add 1 to your bravery and you'll get an extra attack, and also choose to potentially take the Cursed Flail or Ensorcelled Warhammer with your Champion. Looking at where to go next though, and we can look at 2 different Chaos Lord options, I think. The first one of these is the Chaos Lord on a Daemonic Mount. Now, this one is the cheaper of the 2 options we're going to talk about here. The big thing you've got is Knights of the Chosen, where you can pick a friendly Chaos Knight, Chaos Chariot, or Gorby's Chariot unit, wholly within 12 inches of this model after it's fought, and that unit can fight immediately. Also, this model has the Strikes First rule applies when it charges, so you strike first with this when it charges, and then straight up after him you're going to have a Chaos Knight unit able to fight straight away. Once again, a 5-up ward save against mortal wounds is really nice, and they can have a Chaos Lance as well, which is going to give them +1 rend, +1 damage whenever they charge, 4 attacks, 3/3s, rem 1, damage 1 on base, or you can choose to go with that Cursed Warhammer for 4 attacks, 3/3s, rem 1, damage 2 base. Now, the Chaos Lord on Karkadrak is the other option, a more expensive option for you to take, but hits a little bit harder. So This model has 9 wounds on a 3-up save. You've got the Demon Bound weapon where you can inflict some mortal wounds on top with your 3 attacks, 3/3s, rend, 2 damage D3. But you also have the Hex Battle Axe as well. Now, when you roll a dice for each enemy unit within 1 inch after it finishes a charge, on a 2+, you can do some mortal wounds to them, 5-up ward against mortal wounds, and the Knights of the Chaos rule allowing you to auto-activate a unit after he's fought, and the Strike First rule applying when this model charges just like the other Chaos Lord. Now, Chaos Chariots are a fun unit to have a look at as well. They're going to provide a nice little different sort of unit that we don't really have in any other place. 7 wounds, a 4-up save. You can take these in either units of 1 or units of 3. You can't take 2 Chaos Chariots. Now, once per battle, this unit can run and still charge later in the same turn, so you've already got run and charge in this, which is really cool. The Swift Death rule allows you to, after a unit makes a charge move, you pick an enemy unit within 1 inch. That unit and roll a number of dice equal to your charge roll. For each 5+, you inflict a mortal wound. Now, the last unit I want to talk about is Marauder Horsemen. They're still going to get all the benefits for being a part of your legion. They are going to provide you with a cheaper cavalry option to use in your fights, as they are nowhere near as expensive as any of the other options we've talked about so far. Now, Chaos Marauder Horsemen, they've got a cool little shooting attack, they can throw some javelins, they've got a decent enough save, 2 wounds per model, and they do come in units of 5. Now, you can pick a variety of different weapons. They've got Standard Bearers Champions for some extra bravery in there, but really this is going to provide you with a nice cheaper screen that's still going to benefit from your allegiance or sub-faction allegiance ability. And so here we have our sample armor list for the Knights of the Empty Throne. Mortal Realm we've gone for is actually just a nice little bit of narrative there. The Mortal Realm actually is one that Chaos is heavily ascendant in. Now, the grand strategy, no place for the weak, means we're having to destroy our opponent's battle line and a triumph for 20 points under, so inspired +1 wound is every chance we're going to get. Now, our leaders, we've got the Knights of the Empty Throne Vanguard unit, 3 of them. General, meaning one of them gets to pick to be the general. Really, what weapon is up to you on your Vanguard, however you like to play them. And then Monk of Chaos Undivided. We've got a Chaos Lord on Demonic Mount in there as well. Artifact Helm of the Oppressor is actually really cool. This stops models with 1 or 2 wounds being able to count towards controlling objectives within 6 inches of this model. And then Battle Line wise, 5 Chaos Knights. And we've got the Ensorced Banner, the Dread Banner. This can be picked by any Undivided unit, and effectively what it allows you to do is each time we roll on the Eye of the Gods table with this unit, we roll 2 dice 2 times, and we get to pick the result we want. 3 Vanguard in there as well as another battle line unit, everything wrapped up in a battle regiment. This will total 980 points out of 1,000, no reinforced units, no allies, 53 wounds, and 1 drop. If you've got some ideas on a Knights of the Empty Throne list of 1,000 points for Warhammer Age of Sigmar, let us know down in the comments below what your thoughts are on this sub-faction. Well, that's the end of the video. Thank you all for watching. Please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and also drop a comment down below letting us know what you thought about the video. If you'd like to come chat more with me and other members of our little community here at Sinful Gaming, you can do so by joining our Discord server, which is linked down in the video's description. Also linked down in the video's description the best ways to help support the channel. You can find links to both our Patreon and YouTube members in there who will get the ability to choose the focus of the channel, being able to request particular videos in our Getting Started series and start collecting series that you want to see. If you are a YouTube member as well, when we do live streams on YouTube, you also get access to a bunch of cool emojis in the chat. Now you can also go and grab some Sinful Gaming merch as well down in those videos descriptions for either from our Ko-fi or Teespring stores. As a last thing, a special shout out is something that all our Patreon and YouTube members get, so thank you to our Patreons: Christian Weir, Soren, Kenny Lowe, Outer and Shot First, Andrew Bowen, Nathan Fee, The Rising Ape, Cure Dynamic, Anthony B, JJ Austrian, Average Wargamer, Domir, Mark Harvey, James Cater, Derek, Bloobs, Benjamin Suarez, Red Martin, and Aaron DeHaven. And to our YouTube members as well, thank you Green Roots Gaming, Kenton Young, Ronya, Lockloric, The Johnny84, David Ellsworth, Wolfric Nick, Broken Chef, Ariana Edwards, Revenar, Pink Nico Fire, Robin Mankiller, Monty's Tabletop Terrain, John Castle, Davis Weir, James South. And lastly, a special thanks to Lady Witchfox Art, who does all the amazing artwork you can see for the channel. Thank you once again for watching, everyone. Stay safe, stay well, and most of all, keep fighting that war against the great. Ciao for now.